When I was 19, I was making 5 figures a month running a marketing agency. And by 20, I was running a business that was bleeding money, had no competitive advantage, and was slowing dying right in front of me. And I had to make a decision that most people my age don't really make. Do I keep grinding on something that's clearly not working, or do I burn it all to the ground and start over? I chose to burn it down, and I guess only time will tell if it was the right decision. But in this video, I'm gonna break down the 7 lessons that I learned, going from a $90,000 a month business that was kind of going nowhere to becoming part of a company on track to do over $1 million this year in one of the fastest growing industries on the planet. So if you're building something right now and not sure if it's the right thing, this video is for you. So let me give you some context. When I was 18, me and my business partner Gabe started a marketing agency. And honestly, it was working. We were hitting $30,000 months by 19 years old. That sounds pretty crazy, right? But here's the problem. It was very inconsistent. And on top of that, a continuous loop of hard work. Every single month, I felt like I was starting from scratch. And the reason was simple. There was no moat around us. There was nothing about our agency that 100 other agencies wouldn't do. We were competing on price, we were competing on the service, and our clients' results depended completely on us. The only way that we really made it work was by sheer volume. It was a high ticket offer. We were charging 10 grand for a year. And the month that we made 90 grand, we had 3 sales reps going. And we got there just by sheer volume. Pretty much every single one of those 9 clients that paid us was a laydown. We had around a 10% conversion rate. So we shut that all down and we built something new. It was still lead gen, still from mortgage brokers, but it was a pay per lead model. That did 2 things. A, unlock monthly recurring revenue, and B, shift a little bit more of the performance onto the clients as opposed to being completely on us. We thought that this is what was gonna take us to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month. But here's the first lesson. Revenue is not the same as a real business. Because even if we had figured that out, it would still just be a money grab. It wasn't something that we were passionate about. And lead gen is always going to be performance based. And building a brand around lead gen is basically impossible because of the shitty rep that it gets. You can make money doing almost anything online, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's always worth doing because we really had nothing unique about our offer. We had no brand around it. Anyone could copy it tomorrow and run the same thing. And so with the pay-per-lead offer, the reason that all died was because it was such an oversaturated market with such a small and burnt audience. The most we closed was like 3%, and it's because no one trusted us. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even if the pay-per-lead offer had been the best lead generation platform in the world, even if we'd crushed every competitor, we'd still have a wall. Why? Because the total addressable market for mortgage brokers in Canada is about 30,000 people. That's it. That's the entire universe of potential customers. Think about that. You're building a company, hiring people, investing your money, spending time and energy, and the absolute maximum number of customers you could ever have is 30,000. And most of them already had a solution. So the alternative was kind of obvious. With what I'm doing now, our total available market is over 30 million combined between Canada and the US. Every single business could benefit from an assistant and an AI. That's the new market. The ceiling is nowhere near the same. The second lesson is kind of simple. Before you fall in love with your idea, look at the actual math. How many people could actually buy what you're selling? Because of those total 30,000 mortgage brokers, there's probably 100 other marketing agencies. That's such a small market with such high saturation. So you need to ask yourself some hard questions because the effort it takes to build something big is the same whether the total market is 30,000 or 30 million. You just have to choose your pawn. So this next one is something that I've seen multiple people in my life struggle with. When I decided to shut down the mortgage lead generation and go all in on this new offer, the logical part of my brain knew it was the right call. The numbers were clear, the market was bigger, the product was better, the team was way stronger. Logically, there wasn't a single reason as to why I wouldn't do it, but emotionally it was hard. Because when you've told yourself and everyone around you, your friends, your family, your people on social media, that you're building this thing, that you're this entrepreneur, walking away from it feels like failure. Even when it's the smart move, even when staying would be the actual failure. And so that made me realize that your ego will keep you in a bad situation longer than anything else. Longer time with money problems, longer time with bad partners, longer time spent trying to make sense of a shrinking market. Because your ego is the voice that tells you, I already told everyone I was doing this. What are they gonna think? But nobody cares as much as you think they do. The people who actually matter, the people who are building things themselves, they respect the pivot. They've done it too. Alex Hormozi failed 9 businesses before he got one right. The people who judge you for changing direction are the ones who never had the guts to start something themselves. So when the opportunity came to start building this new thing, I had to check my ego at the door, because I went from being the CEO of my own thing to playing my own strengths in a much bigger team. And that's the best move I could have done, because now Key Players is doing over $1 million a year, growing 20 to 30% month over month, 15 people, 6 divisions, and a product that is genuinely different from anything else in the market. And not only that, but it's a model that's already been proven, that has a stable foundation and base that basically kind of runs on its own. And now I'm part of a team with a bunch of cool ass guys, and we're building this to something that's way bigger, for something that's going to be able to sell from way more down the line. And we're able to build a brand around it, and we have more total people to serve. So I guess sometimes the best way to figure out your own thing is to help build someone else's thing first, because then that gives you the credibility. Not forever, but strategically, if you get inside a company that's growing fast, you can say, yeah, I helped scale this company to this much per month and it sold for this much. And you actually get to learn how it works from the inside at a higher level, as opposed to failing over and over and trying to get there yourself. At a higher level, it's all about the people. On the lead gen offer, I could explain what we did, I could pitch it, I could run the numbers, but if I'm gonna be honest, I never felt that fire underneath me. I wasn't overly passionate about mortgage lead gen. It was a service, it worked, but it didn't really excite me. At Key Players, it's different, because we're building almost like a brand new category. It's an AI-enabled workforce, and on top of that, we're not just a marketing company selling leads, because these are all the systems that we use in-house in our internal team. Everything that we've used to scale our company, we're now selling to other companies. So it's not, I'm gonna get you leads and pray that they convert. It's like, no, this is exactly what you did, so you just need to follow our steps. So now when I'm on a sales call, for example, I'm not reading off some script or talking about hypotheticals. I'm telling them what I see every single day. And so that belief, that genuine conviction, it comes through on every one of my calls. And so that's probably the single biggest difference that can be made for a salesperson. Because if you have enough conviction, you can sell anything. If you don't believe in what you're selling, people will feel that. Let me give you some more context on why I'm so excited about what we're building. When the lead gen stuff was dying, the AI wave was just starting to pick up. And to be honest, I didn't fully get it at first. I was fully locked in on sales, fully locked in on lead generation. But I realized that AI isn't a trend. It's an infrastructure shift. It's like the introduction of the internet all over again in 1998. And the businesses that combine how to use it early are just like the businesses who were the first to adopt a website. They're the ones that are gonna advance. And the ones that don't adopt it are just gonna be the ones that get left behind, or are gonna have to work harder to get the same output. And so understanding AI isn't optional anymore. Whether you're in sales, marketing, finance, operations, if you don't understand how AI tools work and how to talk to them, you're gonna get left behind. Not in 5 years, now. And that's why I'm learning this stuff inside and out, or at least as much as I can. Even though I'm not a tech guy, I have zero coding experience, but I need to be able to actually explain it to a prospect on a call in simple terms. And if I can do that, then I can sell it. And if I can sell it, then I could build a career that most people my age can't even imagine. And the last lesson, well, I wish it's one that someone would have told me 2 years ago. When I was running the agency, I didn't really document that much. I recorded a few videos here and there, but nothing that I was actively thinking about or going through the lessons that I was actually learning in the moment, because I was too ashamed. I was too scared to share all the failures. And I was too focused on making content from a place of authority, right? As opposed to documentation. And so now I'm documenting as much as I can. That's my whole reason for even making this video. So I can look back in 2 years' time and see, damn, shit was so different back then. Nobody wants to watch the highlight reel of someone who's already made it. They want to watch the journey in real time. They want to see someone on the front lines figuring out as they go. They want to see a story. So if you're still thinking, I'll start posting when I have something to show, start now. The messy part is the content. The failures are part of the story. The lessons are some of the most valuable things that you can create, because it means that a lot of the time, if you're going through something difficult, it means someone else is too. And those are the 7 lessons I learned.